Hey everyone, how are you? It is Queen Cooley. This is for the 11s. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to make you a video because I wanted to check in with you and see how you're all doing. And I have been talking with some of you online, and I hope that you are all doing well. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome in. I'm Queen Cooley. I'm an 11 as well, and I'm here to help you navigate being an 11 and basically remind you of how amazing you are. I am a shaman, I'm a star seed, and I help people by removing anything that's negative and negative energy wise and really help them get in alignment with their true selves and what they're here to do as a soul, right? Not what you're, pushing papers and what your job is, but why you're here as a soul is really important. So, thank you for being here. I had someone, I'm not going to say who they are, um, send me a message. And I've been getting a lot of this. So I thought I want to talk about this and hopefully give you some insight because you may be struggling with this. Um, and you may be over it, but if not, this will help you. This person, I'm just going to pull up what they had said. It was really kind of disheartening because they had said as an 11, I tried so many things, even teaching others, but when it comes to lifting me up, I get stuck as if I'm not capable and feeling so kind of helpless and scared because I don't know how to help others. I want to help others, but yet I don't know how to help myself. And I felt that way for a long time, for many, many moons. And this is very common with 11s. And I have gotten through this and I can help you get through it too. If you are struggling, please think about booking a session with me. I have people that come for one session. Some people stay with me for months, some people stay with me for years. It just depends on what you need. And all you have to do is email me or go to the website, which is all listed. But this is very common because 11s always want to help others. We were born this way, I believe. We're obviously a master number, and we always want to help. That's like in our DNA. We want to help animals, we want to help humans, we hate suffering, we hate conflict of any kind, and we want to help others. But the thing is that a lot of times we can't help others because of the things that have happened to us. And let me explain. So basically, most 11s have a trajectory of being shut down and being very misunderstood. So when we're younger, many of us have, including myself, I'll speak from my experience. Will probably have very close to it or the same from everyone I've talked to. People in our families or around us loved us but didn't understand us because we were different from the very beginning. We're different, right? It doesn't mean we're the black sheep, we're just different. So basically, people would be like, stop doing what you're doing. You're acting really weird. I can't handle it. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. So you've got to stop what you're doing. And that to us, very much a misunderstanding. We felt as though I can't be myself because I'm not doing anything other than just being myself. I'm just reacting in a different way than everybody else. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but really, because I'm a little different, people don't understand it. So they're like, stop. So, because we are told to stop doing what we're doing, which is just being us, right? That is making us feel as though obviously this is wrong behavior and we shut ourselves down and we're misunderstood. And we do this because we want to make everyone else be okay. Even if this happens, usually from we're very young, we don't have any tools at all, right? So, this is common. This happens to almost every 11 I've spoken to. I don't think I've met one 11 that has not encountered this. So from the very beginning, our family members who are the closest to us are telling us that they feel uncomfortable with us, the way that we are, the things we say, the things we do, how we react to things. And so we say, "Oh, okay. I'll stop being me." And then we shut ourselves off because we learn that being accepted, right? The only way we can be accepted is to not be ourselves authentically 100%. Because everybody else, as I've always given this really, I think, good references, everyone else is reading a book that's when you open it, it's completely flat like a regular book. But our book, when we open it, is 3D. And of course, everything is pop up and amazing. But they don't have that book. So they don't understand what we're looking at. We're looking at things differently because we look at things differently. We feel things differently. So it's not even the same playing field. But when you're younger, you can't articulate that. You don't have the tools. So we just say, okay, we'll shut ourselves down and off. And I know people well into their 50s and 60s and 70s, and they've still shut themselves down. And because when you learn this, you're still developing and your personality, and you then become uncomfortable, but comfortable with not being yourself. So that's why we're masters at always trying to fit in. We can talk to anybody and we'll morph ourselves into what we think you want to see or hear, right? And then it just becomes automatic. But what we're doing is we are basically saying no to our authentic self, to who we truly are. And so we grow up shutting ourselves off, not being ourselves 100%. And, you know, it sucks. So we always have had this in us of that we want to help others. And I always use the plane analogy, like they say, when you're on a plane, if the plane's going down, you've got to put the breathing mask on yourself first versus anyone else. Ask an 11 that, and the 11 will say, oh no, I'll put it on the kid next to me first, or the person next to me first. Because what happens is when we don't value ourselves enough and we've shut ourselves off and we've been misunderstood for so long, we have no confidence in ourselves. We don't like ourselves because we've been told that us being us is not enough and it's not good anyways. And it makes other people uncomfortable. So don't do that, right? So we don't like ourselves. We don't love ourselves and we don't trust ourselves because we've never let ourselves out to play. Basically, we've always tried to be somebody else because we wanted to be accepted and we wanted to be understood and we wanted to be heard. So even if it was maybe only 10% me, right? But if I was accepted and if I was heard, that's something. That's better than nothing. So we grow up kind of sitting at the table waiting for scraps, right? Not sitting at the table actually having a meal. And I got to that point maybe 7, 10 years ago. I was like, I want to sit at the table and have a meal. So this is all around self-worth, if you haven't figured it out yet. We don't value ourselves. We don't feel worthy. And because as humans, the worst thing that you can do to us is to separate us from others, right? We'll do anything to stay with a group or within the family. And, that's why we take jobs that we don't like. That's why we do things that we don't like. That's why we are not authentically ourselves until it comes to a point where your real self, your authenticness, and your gifts have to come through because it gets so painful being someone else or being not authentic 100% that we're like, I can't do this anymore. And that's what happened to me like 15 years ago when I was in corporate and they're like, you don't fit in here. And I was like, okay, that's not new, right? And then they let me go. And I was like, instead of being upset and continuing the cycle over and over and over again and that loop of trying to fit in, I was like, yes, thank you, God. I'm free. Now I'm going to be me. Whether the whole world likes me or not, it gets to the point where you don't care anymore. And hopefully, I can reach some of you when you're younger rather than older, as I was, but it's okay either way because we all have our own journey. But the key is to like yourself, love yourself, know that you're worthy because listen, you're an 11. You are gifted beyond belief. You are powerful beyond belief. But you have to put the mask over your face first so that you can help others. You have to fill up your cup, right? Before you can help anyone else, be it animals or be it people, no matter what. Because if your cup is empty, right? You can't help anyone. It's simple. If I was working with a client and my cup isn't filled energy wise, right? I can't help anybody. I have to be at my highest and best self for me to give my energy to another to help them, right? And the same is with you. So, this is an opportunity for you. I really, really want you guys to get this and to know that probably all your life you have put other people first in your own life. Now, nobody else around you in their life is putting other people first. No, no, no. They're first in their life. So I want you to be first in your life because I don't want you to look back and say, why did I never put myself first? Why didn't I do the things I wanted to do? I never want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to you. And the way to do this is you've got to choose yourself. You've got to start loving yourself. You've got to start accepting yourself, but understand that the people that told you to stop doing what you're doing, stop being authentic and shut you down, I always say that's a them problem, not a me problem. If you're uncomfortable with me, that's a you problem, not a me problem, right? If somebody doesn't accept you and doesn't like you, that's on them, right? Not you. For God's sakes, do not shut yourself off and do not shut your gifts down for others because you came here for a purpose. And every 11 is really needed because you guys have to understand we're like special forces. Okay. I mean, seriously, we are. We can do a lot of damage and a lot of good. You're very powerful, whether you believe it or not. But I truly believe spiritually that this happens to us early on without the tools because the dark ones, I always say, they know how powerful you are. You don't, right? Until someone like me says, hey, hold on, you're amazing and you're powerful and you can do whatever you want in life and you can have whatever you want in life. If you believe and work for it, you can. And that you're here for a reason. You could be a chosen one, right? You could be here to tip the scales and you could be a leader. Most 11s are leaders. And that's why we walk a difficult path, right? Leaders see things that other people don't see. And it's not always easy, but to be a leader, you have to be strong. A lot of people that don't understand take our kindness for weakness. We're really warriors who have fought our entire lives to be heard and to be seen. Now, thankfully, the new earth is here and people are changing, and this is your time. So put yourself first in your life. This is your life, no one else's. And get ruthless and be like, no, I am amazing. I am amazing. I do have talent. I do have skills and I have power. And I'm not going to shut myself down or be inauthentic for anybody. And if they don't like it, I can't help you, even if you're my family members, right? Because shutting yourself down is like cutting your arm off. It's very painful. And there's no reason for you to do it. But if you want to help others, the only way is to have your cup full. And there's no way that you can do that if you're putting yourself last. And the only way that you can change that is to be first in your own life. So I hope this helps you. I really want you guys to understand how amazing and talented you are because you are. You're here for a reason. You signed up for this, and you may not have all the answers yet, but I promise you, you are strong and you can do wonderful things. But you have to put yourself first because you are worthy and you have value and a lot of it. All right, guys, I hope this helps you. And if you want to work with me, just email me and we will get together for a session and let's do some great work together. All right, guys, take care. I'll talk to you soon.